All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're ready to start. Welcome to the Michael F. Price College of Business Fall 2021 Convocation Ceremony at the University of Oklahoma. We're supposed to be having music, it's not happening. Please stand. I am pleased to present this afternoon's platform party, Dean Corey Phelps and the faculty of Price College, and student speaker Caleb Kelly. Or not. Here they are. Next, I want to introduce to you our flag and banner carriers. Representing the Steed School of Accounting, carrying the American flag, is Pat Pick-Six Fields. Representing the Tom Love Division of Entrepreneurship and Economic Development, carrying the State of Oklahoma flag, Ryan Prederi. Representing the Division of Finance, carrying the University of Oklahoma flag, Olivia Reynolds. Representing the Division of Management, International Business, carrying the Price College banner, Jordan Jankowski. Representing the Division of Management Information Systems, carrying the Purpose of Price banner, Talia Dean. Representing the Division of Marketing and Supply Chain Management, carrying this year's senior class banner, Itzel Spiller. Now being seated are the Masters and Baccalaureate candidates for the fall of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Dean Corey Phelps.
Thank you. Good afternoon. As Joe just said, I'm Corey Phelps, Dean of the Michael F. Price College of Business. It's my pleasure to welcome our business graduates and their families to the 2021 convocation ceremony, or as my two young kids like to call it, the event where we wear the funny hats. So, to the class of 2021, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, and I speak for everybody up here on the stage, given the times that we've in, I want to say congratulations, you have made it. I'd like to begin our program with a time-honored tradition. We're fortunate today to have with us a talented OU student to perform the national anthem. I'd like to invite Callie Bryant to the podium, please.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much, Callie. Many of our college leadership and faculty members are here this afternoon, along with a special guest, and I'd like to take a moment to recognize them. And please save your applause till the end. Joining me on the platform are Robert Doffenbach, our Senior Associate Dean of Economic Development and Impact, Laku Chidambaram, our Senior Associate Dean for Academic Programs and Engagement, and Michael F. Price Chair in Business, Wayne Thomas, our Senior Associate Dean for Faculty and Research Innovation, and the David C. Steed Chair in Accounting. Joining us from the Steed School of Accounting are Joe Doolin, Jean Hale, Division Director Karen Hennis, Kami Kellis, and Beth Stetson. From the Tom Love Division of Entrepreneurship and Economic Development, we have Ron Bolin, David Kinzinger, and Division Director Keith Brigham. From the Division of Finance, we have John Paul Broussard, Aaron Burt, Chris Kane, and Jared Stanfield. From the Division of Management and International Business, we have Division Director Mark Bellino, Bobby Lepak, Shad Satterthwaite, and Mike McConnell, Director of the Robert M. Zinke Energy Management Program. From the Division of Marketing and Supply Chain Management, the Director of the Center for Student Success, Sherrod Cravens, and Joe Mencken. From the Division of Management Information Systems, we have Division Director Radhika Santhanam, Matthew Jensen, Alexandra Dursakova, and Jeremy Bella. From our Business Communications Group, we have with us Kylie Harrison and Stacy Wilson-Mumpower. And our special guest today is the Chair of the State House Appropriations and Budget Committee, Representative Kevin Wallace, whose daughter is going to be graduating today with us quite soon. I'd also like to recognize our faculty marshals today, standing right here in front of me in the middle of the aisle. From the Division of Marketing and Supply Chain Management, we have Jeff Schmidt. And from the Management and International Business Division, we have Anna Bellino. Please join me in recognizing this exceptional group. You'll notice that many of our students are wearing regalia representative of their various academic accomplishments. The achievements they signify are listed in your program. We're incredibly proud of these students who have demonstrated superior performance in their academic endeavors. Price College graduates, today marks a significant milestone for each of you. While it represents the successful completion of an important chapter in your lives, it also signifies an important beginning. I wish you continued success as you embark upon the next chapter of your journey. Whether it's an exciting new career or an advanced degree, I hope you continue to seek opportunities to positively impact the world around you. The achievements being recognized today are rarely the result of a single person's effort. I'm thrilled that many family members and friends of our graduates have joined us in this unique in-person ceremony. If the pandemic has taught us anything, it is not to take significant milestone events like this for granted. So I am thrilled that we have literally filled this field house to the rafters with the friends and family of our graduates. So thank you very much for coming out. Absolutely. Because all of you have supported our graduates both emotionally and, of course, financially. This is also your day to celebrate their achievements. Graduates, please join me in giving your family and friends a very big and well-deserved round of applause. Now that I have you as a captive audience, I'd like to brag on Price College just a little bit. Graduates, you are graduating from a venerable institution. Nearly 1 century old, Price College is the largest professional college at OU, Oklahoma's flagship research university. The value students receive from a Price College degree is stronger than ever. We've seen substantial growth not only in the number of students that enroll in our programs, but also the quality of the students that are seeking a world-class business education right here in Oklahoma. For this reason, it's no surprise that we've also seen more and more employers recruiting our graduates. These organizations know that a Price College grad adds value on day one. To ensure that every single Price College student is prepared to impact the world, we created the Center for Student Success. The center exists to enhance the educational experience of our students. It does this through a variety of programs like our Price Passport to Success, our Study Abroad programs, the First Fidelity Bank Integrated Business Core, the Multicultural Business Program, and, of course, our JCPenney Leadership Program. These programs work, and we will continue to invest in initiatives that foster learning by creating an environment where all people and ideas are welcome. As we look back at this past year, we have much to be thankful for at Price College. While 2021, not unlike 2020, was an extremely challenging year, it was also our most successful year ever at Price College. Despite the continuing pandemic, our undergraduate and graduate programs grew significantly and received considerable recognition this past year. For example, Price College of Business is ranked number 53 in the U.S. News and World Report 2021 Best Undergraduate Programs. The Princeton Review and Entrepreneurship Magazine ranked our graduate entrepreneurship program at 8th in the country. Our executive MBA program in energy is ranked in top 10 in numerous outlets, while our full-time and professional MBA programs rank among the top 100 in many rankings in the nation. And most recently, Our executive MBA in aerospace and defense, only 1 year old, was ranked number 5 in the country for best online one-year MBA programs. Yes, absolutely. Let's give that a round of applause. It's clear, at least to me and hopefully to you, that Price College has become one of the most elite business schools in the country. Because of the strengths that we possess, I and everyone on this stage is extremely optimistic about our future. After an intensive 6-month effort, we recently completed a new strategic plan that lays out a bold new vision for the future of Price College of Business. Simply put, our aspiration is to become bigger, broader, and better in preparing the next generation of future business leaders that our state and country needs. To realize this vision, we'll need all of your support and your commitment. Class of 2021, on behalf of all the faculty and staff of the Michael F. Price College of Business, please know how proud we are of you today. As you officially become Price College alumni on this day, we are excited to see you become the business leaders we need for the future. Now, I have a simple ask for all of you. I want you to go out and change the world because we're going to be cheering you on. Congratulations, class of 2021. Now, it's with great pride that I introduce today's alumni speaker. Ron Bolin is an assistant professor of entrepreneurship in Price College. Prior to joining OU, Ron founded and was the managing director of a company that has the strangest name that I've ever heard of, D3Co, an energy-focused merchant banking operation based in Houston, Texas. With over 19 years of experience in the energy sector, Ron has 11 years experience in private equity investing in both power and oil and gas segments. Ron also co-founded Invictus Energy Group, an international power project finance vehicle specializing in optimization opportunities, which was sold to a large private equity group where he continued as managing director of the firm's energy investment practice. Ron has served the energy sector in numerous capacities, including law, investment banking, venture capital, and of course, entrepreneurship. He holds a bachelor's in finance as well as a JD from OU. He also received an MBA with majors in finance and taxation from New York University. In his spare time, Ron is also an avid hiker. And as you're about to hear, he's also a survivor. A hike this summer in Nevada's Inyo National Forest left Ron lost for nearly 5 days. An online Reddit forum devoted numerous strangers to help search the area for him. And his story of survival made national and international news. We're grateful for Ron's healthy return, and I know his story of friendship and determination will inspire you. It's my honor to have him here today to celebrate this special occasion. Please join me in welcoming Ron Bolin to the podium.
Thank you very, very much, graduates. A couple of apologies. Number one, I know you thought you were going to leave here without more words from a professor. We're sorry about that. And for those of you that had to suffer through any of my courses, my sincerest of apologies. Let me begin by joining the long list of individuals that have congratulated you today, who will recognize the efforts that you have put forward, the things that you have accomplished to date. And I want to say, congratulations myself. As the dean mentioned, July 13th this summer started as many of the summer days that I've spent over the last several years. I'd made a decision to ascend the highest point in the state. In this particular case, Boundary Peak. Boundary Peak is a 13,160-foot summit on the border of California and Nevada. A 7-hour ascent, correct, completed. A 5-hour descent actually turned into a 5-day nightmare. As I fell on my descent, I was at about 12,400 feet, fell off of the mountain and it threw me into the wrong valley. While I was unhurt, mostly, what happened was I was unable to return to the path that was going to take me back. And so I spent the next 5 days surviving on 3/4 of a Cliff Bar, white chocolate macadamia nut, if you're keeping score. My daughters seemed to think that that was fairly important. And I was rescued on Saturday. And what I want to talk to you about today is sort of the relationships that surround my survival and surround my rescue. By Friday afternoon, things were quite bleak. Although I had been able to find water, my body was not holding up well. I knew that I was having significant challenges cognitively. I wasn't making good decisions. I knew that my body was not responding in the way that it should. I had made a decision to push downward to about 7,500 feet off of the 13,000-foot peak. But by Friday afternoon, things were not going well. And so I began drafting letters to my twin daughters, Meredith and Jessica, to my family, and to my friends, and also to the unfortunate soul that would certainly find my body several days in the future. I took those notes and I put them onto a clipboard that I had found at a trail registry. I put them in my backpack. I laid down underneath the trees next to a babbling brook, and I waited for what I thought would be the inevitable demise. My assumption was that over a period of time, my adrenaline would drop, my heart would simply stop, and I would drift off. Sad, true, but I would offer the following. I'm still the luckiest person that has walked this planet. I told my children in my letters to them, please understand, if I do pass, I got to die doing what I love, and I got to do it in a beautiful location, something that most of us don't get. What I did not know, and what I could not know that Friday, is that my daughters and my closest friends had begun a search and rescue effort. Joined by the authorities in Nevada, as well as the Department of Defense, State of California, State of Oklahoma, a group was gathering in an attempt to find me off of the mountain. I sort of chuckle as I think about my three friends that came to me. Boundary Peak is a very vast area. As I mentioned, 13,160 feet, 200 miles in circumference. This is unbelievably bad odds. In fact, unfortunately, there is a body that lays about 15 miles south of where I was rescued. He did not survive. He died earlier this summer before I attempted my ascent of the mountain. But these three friends, these individuals that came to join me, were very special. They had certain skills and abilities. One of them is a world-class mountain climber. The other two are outstanding individuals when it comes to wilderness survival. And they were joined by individuals that I'll discuss in a moment. So I went to sleep Friday evening expecting that was going to be sort of the end of the chapter of my story, and that I wouldn't be standing here before you today. Saturday morning began as sort of all of my days on the mountain began. I woke, I began laying out my gear so that in case a helicopter might fly by and see me. And in fact, at 7:38 Saturday morning, a helicopter did approach. And I thought I had been found. In fact, for those of you old enough to remember, I did my best Gilligan's Island impression that I could. I jumped up and down and waved my arms. Sadly, the helicopter flew past, leaving me again stranded and on my own, or so I thought. My rescuers appeared at 9:45 a.m. Saturday morning. Sadly, they found my gear before they found me. I had actually moved back up trail in an attempt to get a better view of what I was facing for Saturday. And they found my climbing gear. And my dearest friend in the world knew what I carried. And they opened the gear, and sure enough, found my keys, my credit cards, and the notes that I had been preparing for the Forest Service describing the situation I'd found myself in and what I thought they could use in the future for others. What my rescuers couldn't know is that I was going to stand in front of them in about 15 seconds. And these individuals went from acceptance of something that they feared was very possible to understanding I was alive. Well, look, let's switch back for a moment to something a little bit happier, and that happens to be your graduation. In a few moments, we're going to welcome you into the family of alumni of the University of Oklahoma. And I am well aware that speakers at these sorts of events say things like, look to the future and all that. And yes, I recognize that. But I want you to take a moment and look backwards with me. You have been accepted at one of the finest institutions in the United States. You have accomplished the arduous task of the academic challenges we laid before you. My master's students who sit here in front of me would say that some of those tasks were more arduous than they should have been. I'll leave that to you to discuss later. But congratulations, you are now going to join a very special group, a family of alumni who join each other and are bound by our experiences here at the university. Well, let's talk about my rescuers. On the ground, the individuals who from around the country dropped everything, jumped on planes, and flew to Nevada, drove 4.5 hours into the desert, included Mark McConnell. I met Mark McConnell 4 days before my freshman year at the University of Oklahoma. He was joined by Brad Schick, who I met the first day of my sophomore year, and a dear friend, Dr. Jim Webb, who I'd known since 7th grade, but who has children, first at the OU College of Medicine and a daughter who is at the undergraduate program here at the University of Oklahoma. An amazing tie amongst us as alumni of the University of Oklahoma. But that's not where the list would end. Individuals such as Chris Rogers in the A&D MBA program, Professor Bobby Lepak, Professor David Kinzinger, Dr. Corey Phelps, Dean of the Price College. These individuals rallied and gathered in ways that I still yet don't understand. They were heroic in the way that they came about in an attempt to save someone. Understand that our relationships, our binds began where you sit today. It's what brings us together. It is what binds us. To those alumni that are in the audience that joined either in active efforts or just sending out good thoughts during those 5 days, thank you. I owe you, my family owes you. Now, these are these stories that I may tell you about my people, Mark, Brad, Jim, David, Bobby, Corey, Chris. Find your own story. Find your people. The chances are quite good they're sitting right next to you, maybe in the row behind you or the row in front of you. But the relationships that you have established here will matter, and they will matter for a lifetime. I suggest strongly that you take time, that you take the energy, that you take the effort to maintain and nurture those relationships and allow them to foster over the years. And I think most importantly, I would ask you to understand and commit to the institution that has altered your life's path. True, you have done those things we've asked of you. You've accomplished amazing things. But the fact that you sit before me today means that your life is different than it would have been. Embrace that. Understand the importance that you hold. Understand the charge that the dean has made to you. Now, as we begin the process of helping you cross the dais and joining our family of alumni, congratulations again. And I want to personally thank each and every one of you, both our graduates, fellow faculty on the dais, and the people in the audience. Thank you for allowing me once again the opportunity to tell every one of you thank you and to again acknowledge the institution that changed mine and my family's life. Thank you.
It's unfortunate Ron didn't have more time to go in depth about his story. It is nothing short of miraculous. And there were many more people than Ron mentioned that had a role to play in his rescue and recovery. And the one thing that I do want to emphasize that he just did is those relationships that he built, many of them while he was here at OU. And I really hope that the relationships that you've built while you've been here will carry forward and be valuable and useful youth throughout your life, because I think they're going to be. So thank you, Ron, so much for sharing that story with us. It's incredibly inspiring. Thank you. I'd now like to introduce one of our graduating students. Most of you, if not all of you in this audience, know him simply by the number 19. Caleb Kelly graduated in May 2019 with a degree in communication and earned a master's degree in administrative leadership from OU in December 2020. Today, just to top it off, he adds a third OU degree to that, a Master of Business Administration. In addition to his substantial academic achievements, Caleb was an outstanding outside linebacker for the Sooners. Absolutely. Caleb played for 6 years. Amazing. And as most, if not all of you know, learned to overcome enormous adversity after suffering multiple season-ending injuries, the most recent of which was an ACL tear, his third just a few weeks ago. Please join me in welcoming the epitome of resilience, the epitome of persistence and determination, Mr. Caleb Kelly.
Yeah, y'all will have to forgive me. I got a lot of hair, so you know the hat wasn't working for me, okay? But thank you. So graduation day, it's kind of an interesting celebration. You know, we dress up in our best attire just to cover ourselves in some robes and these little square hats. We bring our families from all over the country to capture the moment, have them join in pictures, just so they can put them on the refrigerator, just like my mama, and say, look at my baby just graduated. But we neglect the fact that for some of us, finals were just 24 hours ago, and finals always made me want to scream. So now that you have made it here today, I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to do that. And see, there's only one way that the Sooners can scream, and it's a Boomer Sooner way. So if you guys would join in with me in something that I'd love to do. Boomer! Sooner! Oh, okay, you know, it's graduation day, baby. We got to turn it up a little bit. You know, we've been sitting here, I know. Wake up, let's go. Boomer! Sooner! Okay, I'm going to settle back down again. I remember crutching into the Price College of Business for the first time after having my second ACL surgery. Yes, I mean, I just have bad luck, to be honest. I've had a lot of things go on, 5 surgeries in 4 years. But look, I'm still standing here with you guys. So, I mean, it's a blessing. Well, thanks. Oh, thank you. But honestly, I was thinking at that moment, what did I just sign myself up for? I already can't walk, but now I'm going to challenge myself to the point where I can't even think after all the work I'll be doing. But as soon as I walked in, I was placed in 2 or 3 group me's, and I remembered that I would not be alone because I was now part of the Price College of Business family. And what I learned from my time there was a lot more than financial literacy and entrepreneurship skills, but it can be summed up into 3 points. The first is persistence. You have persevered through a pandemic. Some might say you still are. You took the test. You did the work, even when you didn't want to. Your persistence will get you through any challenge because failing isn't an option if you don't believe it is. The second point is confidence. Confidence should be exhibited in every situation because preparation leads to confidence. I am a communication undergrad. I definitely had some self-confidence walking into the MBA program at the Price College of Business. But truly believing in yourself is so important because your personal opinion of yourself is the one you listen to most. And the last and most important point, and my personal favorite, is love. Love yourself, love others, and love what you do. Don't cheat yourself out of a good life and experiences by doing something you don't enjoy. And if you feel alone or that you don't have anybody, remember that your Price College of Business family loves you. And finally, it wouldn't be right if we didn't yell just one more time. Boomer! Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you very much, Caleb. You represent one of the 100 of future leaders graduating today, and we couldn't feel more optimistic about the prospects and bright future for all of you. As we prepare to recognize our graduates, I would like to acknowledge the families that have multiple generations of OU alumni present. The legacy of sending your children and grandchildren and even great-grandchildren to OU is a critical part of the success of this great institution. Through your family, you have helped us continue the great Sooner tradition. Thank you for your commitment to OU, and for many of you, your continued involvement with the Price College of Business. Joe Doolin, an instructor in the Steed School of Accounting and the director of our Masters of Accountancy program, will now read the names of our candidates. We ask that family members and guests please remain seated until the completion of the ceremony. A professional photographer will take each graduate's picture. Graduates will also have an opportunity to be photographed on stage by friends and family at the end of the ceremony. It is now my great honor to present the University of Oklahoma Michael F. Price College of Business Class of 2021.
Courtney Brookhall, second generation Sooner. Shad Tarar. Blake Falls. Terry Michael Elam. Aaron Thomas Hoke. Rezwan Hussein. Cash Allen Pullen. Joseph Wayne Patterson. Kevin Tabe. William Lee Purnell. Akinbayo Akintola. Kelsey Ann Blackshear. Mackenzie Elizabeth Deaton, third generation Sooner. Christopher Lloyd Rogers. Meredith Lorraine Chassé. Michael Bernard Davis. Jose Mendez Grau. Christy Dawn Allstat. Melody Ray Still. Carlos Gonzalez. Philip Grenier. Todd Ryan McGinley, third generation Sooner. David Anderson Sargent, another third generation Sooner. Aspen Knight, second generation Sooner. Jacob Robert Field. Jacob Alexander Jansen, second generation Sooner. Heath Eric Warren. Colby Jacob Friend. Andrew Jackson Parrish, third generation student. Samuel Witten Wilson, second generation Sooner. Christopher Michael Atterbury. John Rayford Shepard. Chase Michael Broussard. Elizabeth Ann Searmark. Shay Marie Worthington. Tammy O'Jackally. Emily Ann Campus. Alexander Renee Odom. Marin Schultz. McKenna Leigh Metz. Cooper David Hedge. Mallory Lane Allen. Bailey Catherine Gorner. Benjamin William Osborne, second generation Sooner. Rhett Avery Mixon, second generation Sooner. Ann Merrill Murphy, second generation Sooner. Olivia Jean Clowers. Nina Nguyen Dow. Mancy Suresh Patel. Mason Alexander Park. Martin Edward Cummings. Donald Keith Hester. Hold it. No, you gotta help. Altabelli Caparelli. Jared Michael Beal. Michelle Rayanne Pickens, third generation Sooner. Nicholas Ryan Canada. Walter Frank Brooks Jr. Last name. Alejandro Ojeda Nanzioli. Douglas Evan Duell, third generation Sooner. Brian Joseph Creel, second generation Sooner. Hold up. Hold up. Nathan Kennedy Friels. Curtis Allen Rylant. Elijah Hans Person, second generation Sooner. Griffin Edward Kurtz. Kamal Manish Patel. Austin Matthew Callahan, second generation Sooner. Amar Tasaur Chowdhury. The Pat Fields, second generation Sooner. Caleb Kanai Kelly. Jeremiah Hall. Olivia Odell. Elizabeth Regina Mitchell. Brentley Tripp Hayden. Yene Perez. Peyton Will Cassing. Darby Noel Shepard. Rajes Redmond III. Garrett James Kenworthy. Austin Tyler Sanders. Craig Richard Bailey. Jeffrey James Shefflow. Sean Michael Brewer. Okama Oki Evans. Jonathan Philip Simmons, second generation Sooner. Carrie Kathleen Martin, second generation Sooner. Kevin Bradley Martin. Robert John Brecht. Saqib Ahmed. Michael John Ward. Michael Wilson Hall. Kevin Dale Sontag. Christopher Reed Howard. Nicholas Jordan Henson. Dan Edward Sering. Middle name. Jordan Tate Silvers. Sajin Samquity. Jenny Tran. Jenna Tran. Randy Dale King. Anna Elise Dohauer. Emily Eileen Palinkas. Heather Nicole Bernison. Madison Marilee Weber. Logan Craig Stevenson, second generation Sooner. Blake Michael White. Jake Thomas Small. Nicholas Ioane Lusau. Kyle Joseph Brandon. Derek Michael Ante. John Michael Genovese. Patrick Ralph Ellis. John Patrick McMurchie. It seems that we have just started our baccalaureate students. The master students have all finished. Okay. Allison June Nix. Brett Matthew Modley, second generation Sooner. Jackson McKenzie Gage. Last name. Harrison Andrew Mursky. Last name. Drake Dale Detter. Last name. Andrew David McGee. Jackson Lynn Dedrick. Trevor Michael Davis. Catherine Esther Levacy, third generation Sooner. Itzel Spiller. Talia Jane Daisy Dean. Jordan Elise Janikowski, a third generation Sooner. Olivia Grace Reynolds. Oh, that's right. Ryan Pederi. Kenneth Drew Martin. Chandler Warren Blanton. Taylor Allie Cleaver. Elizabeth Lucille Collins.
My name is Katrin.
Middle name?
Katrin for the middle.
Catherine Cottrere Casey. Tracy Renee Rutger. Lauren Aloha Cunningham, third generation Sooner. Samara Inauen. Shelby Wayne Williams. Salvador Moreno. Jack Connor Bachman, second generation Sooner. Jill Nelly Mabika. Summer Adeline Cottom. Mackenzie Ashlyn Cheek. Allison Nicole Mincher, second generation Sooner. Rachel Megan Bennett. Abigail Dantzler Woodruff, third generation Sooner. Morgan Blaine McCaleb. Peyton Ann Maloney. Amy Louise Height, third generation Sooner. Jaden Lee Griffith. Catherine Elaine Rhines. Austin Buckingham Bates, second generation Sooner. James Dunn Morrison. James William Rhodes, second generation Sooner. Andrew David Yamashita, second generation Sooner. London Charles Steele. Dalton Cade Novotny. Tough name you gotta call. Joseph Nash Nichols. Chad Aaron Simmons. Efren Chavez Jr. Daniel Lee. Benjamin Bazan. Nicholas Ryan Rochelle. Gerald Bruce Harris II. Alexander Stephen Knipfel. Murtaza Riaz Hussein. Lauren Catherine Brown, second generation Sooner. Charles Ferris Schley. Benjamin Trey Sands. Matthew Jefferson Jennings, third generation Sooner. Hamilton Lee Spicer. Charlie Baker Douglas. Garrett Maxwell Sitzman, second generation Sooner. Andrew Stephen Lane. Brandon Cole Dobransky. William Thomas Appling. Benton Lee Pruitt. Sophia Nicole Curtis. Madison Elizabeth Miller. Cole James Chapman. Ariana Christina Kuhlman Rodriguez. Rachel Marie Beeson. Sophia Lorraine Sally. Tyler Daniel Brown. Lane Patterson Wallace. Brandon Son Pham. Lane Riley Sizemore. Johnny Domingo, third generation Sooner. Timothy Long. First name, Neftali. Middle name, Neftali Keone Rios. Michael Robert Lacey. Brody Reese Morgan. Adrian Shaw Gilbert. Madison Noel Anthony. Bailey Brooke Robertson. Taylin Marie Snow. Kyle Jordan Berger. Luke David Eustace. Jackson Coltharp. Patrick Lee Walker. Matthew Russell Fulbright, second generation Sooner. Tyler Douglas Driscoll. Joseph Hua Pham. Paul Trin. Derek Pham. Kristen Manuel Alvarez. Timothy John Patrick. Gibson. Cooper William Gibson. Modrow. Hold up, Jack. Jack Cameron Modrow. Oh boy, help me with that last one. Okay. Davis Scott Dunkelberger, third generation Sooner. Last name? Paul Rulin Satterthwaite, second generation Sooner. Jesse Leland Jones. Glendy Yvette Barrios. Eric Thomas Spraccio. Okay. Jonathan Philip Spraccio. Sam Joseph Zimmer, second generation Sooner. Bailey Nicole Greer. John Derek Lander, second generation Sooner. Kyle J. Alpers.
I messed it up. I don't have any. I messed that room. It's a no.
Lydia Marie Schmidt. Kale Ryan Hayes. Sarah Jean Wallert. Eric Lee Friesen. Daniel Allen Norman. Jonathan M. Frank. Middle name. Fusco. Robert Fusco McCann, second generation Sooner. Colton Trace Henry. Naomi Daniel. Madeline Estelle Cockrell. Tristan James Wardlow. Dario Antoine Moss. Raha Tassam Rana. Christopher Michael King. John Richard Garrett Draper. Gabrielle Paramo. Austin Blake Atkins. Michael Wenjin Yang. Isaac Jordan Lambros. Parker Bo Rogers.
Sorry, I kind of messed up right there.
Haley Alexis.
Noller.
Haley Alexis Noller. Elijah Ben Dixon, second generation Sooner. Jillian Grace Taylor. Shahed Faraz Hajaz. Emma Elizabeth Wood. Jacob Lawrence Gove. Joshua William Butler. Caitlin Nicole Stevens. Middle name. Maria Angelica Perez. Ashlyn Grace Wallace. Lauren Elizabeth Tovey. Kiana Motasano. Megan Elise Riley. Karen Lee. Eliezer Emmanuel Wong. Hold up. Brandon Potter. Courtney Newhofer.
Noah Andrew Hannick, H-A-N-I-K.
Noah Andrew Hannick. Jonathan Roberts. Kyle Matthew Morley. Andrew Hill. Nohar Mohammed Yusuf Abalushi. Austin Alexander Quantz. Sarah Jo Clinton. Ryan Taylor. Ethan Michael LeBeth. Kyle Joseph Morse, third generation. Caroline, no. Ben Neighbors. Davis Johnson. Lindsay Ann Lawler. Carter Deerdorf. Peyton Day. Logan Nicole Jones. Madison Jada White. Sydney Blair Shepard. Caleb Myron Hayward. Derek John Schaefer. Jamie Lee. Logan Swanner. JL Michelle Morset. Jonathan Urbar. And we saved the best for last, Grant Freeman.
I guess that means I'm up. I've been so busy shaking hands and thanking people, I've sort of lost track of where we are in the program, Joe, so let me flip to where we are. So, first off, thank you, Joe Doolin. That is not an easy task to pronounce approximately 280 names. As we conclude today's festivities, let's do so with our favorite grand OU tradition. Please stand and join us in singing the OU chant led by Callie Bryant. If you're not familiar with the chant, the words to the chant are printed in your program. So we'll let Callie come up to the podium and lead us in the chant.
O-K-L-H-O-M-A, our chant rolls on and on. Thousand strong join heart and song in alma mater's praise.
Let me echo what I just heard over here. That was pretty good. It was pretty darn good, wasn't it, guys? All right. So thank you very much, Callie. Congratulations to all of you. At this time, graduates, please move the tassels from the right side to the left side. All right. This concludes our convocation ceremony. However, I'd like to invite you to join us for a short reception over in Price Hall. I'm sure you know where that is, which is directly west of here. Please stand as our platform party departs, followed by our students. Congratulations again, graduates of 2021.